Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank y'all for joining me today on my live stream. I really appreciate it. Let me get my camera situated. I really appreciate all your support, man, all your kindness. Uh, it's truly amazing, man. That's all I can say. Hey, American and Express, what's going on in Dumagetti? I saw on Facebook a guy posted it was raining pretty hard in Dumagetti the other day. Hey, DJ Franz. He said, I'm from San Carlos City. Oh, okay. All right, man. Well, hell, you here where I am. P9 OFW. Glad you could join us again. Magnolia State. I see you, Sam Champion. Thank you. Smoky Mountain Modeler. Golden Fan. You already know. Like to see a lot of these regulars, man. Makes me feel good. What's going on, Steve? Okay, Golden Fan. He said, love your show, Calvin. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, I got censored yesterday, basically. I think somebody reported me, which I don't know why. I didn't realize there's so many holy rollers watching my channel. What's up, Thomas King? Good to see the NTZ is in the house, the No Troll Zone. Michael Cosby, Cal Deadman. What's up? I haven't seen Ingram Davis or Wild Man John, but I'm pretty sure they'll be here today. Bobby G, what's going on, brother? Thank you for all your kindness, man, all your generosity and support. I never take that for granted. Hey, Golden Fan, thanks for that super sticker. Harnessa Galvines, he says, hello, Sir Calvin. That's one of my Filipino subscribers, and I'm grateful for them. I've actually got a shout out from one of my Filipina subscribers to her boyfriend. I'll wait till some people get on here. Hey, Daryl Fullmore, what's going on? Thank you, brother. Philip Cooper, you'll be leaving next week. Be careful, man. Hope you have a comfortable trip. Yeah, I just got finished eating my breakfast, man. I'm feeling good, Phil. How you feeling? Okay, DJ Francis. He's here in San Carlos. I'd like to meet you, man. Maybe take you out to lunch or something. He says, I'm always watching on your videos and lives. You help other people in need, so it's a good job. Keep safe always and always inspire the people. Thank you. I was just wondering if people really do see me around town. Just, it's okay. I'm not going to bite. Hey, Daryl, thank you, Mr. Fullmore, for that super sticker. I appreciate it. KE says, what did immigration tell you, bro? Nothing. John couldn't get anything out of her or me. I think the young lady basically just a cashier. She was deferring everything to Manila, so I'm going to have to go there. Hey, Bill Rickman, sorry, I'm reading it wrong. He said, Calvin, I'm on 5 different meds, blood pressure, heart meds. Wow, hold on, man. Let me see. This thing moves up so quick. YouTube don't give you a chance. My son is worried about this worm medicine you take 2 times a year. My son hired a doctor in Manila. What worm medicine? 2 times a year. Oh, okay. You're talking about that Invermectin? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, Jason Tunch, what's going on? A man uses. Hey, Calvin, Dan here. Those last 2 videos were off the chain. Thanks, man. I had to give y'all another one this morning. Normally, on my live days on my live, I don't do one, but YouTube did not like that first rule yesterday. I thought it was funny, but they didn't get the joke, so they held me back. Vanessa Galvin said, later, Sir Calvin, please pick my name for a raffle. Well, I let the universe do that, Hernessa. That's why I use the spin wheel. I don't want anybody to accuse me of playing favorites. Hey, Auntie Maldita. Thank you for that super sticker. Hey, Ingram. There's Ingram Davis. Yeah, YouTube, but for a while they took that video down, believe it or not. And a lot of y'all don't even know this, but I know and they reviewed it. Somebody reported me, and I'm like, man, for what? I cursed 3 times on there, really. I don't even think damn is a curse word, but it is. V Slam says flip-flops on the ground. Good morning. Oh, okay. Robert Dame says it's 6:30 here in Tucson. Wow, 102 degrees. Yeah, it's like being in Philippines. Philippines, my paradise. That's my buddy Ned. He's 1 in a million, I call him. Nicholas Cherry, hola. Okay, I do got some great news, man. I always like to report great news because a guy accused me, said, man, you never have any great news. Well, this is great news. According to the Manila Times, the Philippines posts the lowest active COVID cases in 2 months. That's great news. But it's also followed by some bad news. It says here that the cases in 3 other cities have spiked up. Iloilo has went up 99%, the COVID cases. Also Davao and Cagayan de Oro, 99%. That's crazy. I want to give a shout out to Nikolai from Germany, from his Filipino girlfriend, Mary Gracie. She messaged me on my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page. She said, could you please do that? Because he's a big fan of yours. Okay, DJ Franz, man, just let me know. Hell, I don't know if you've ever eaten at Awani, but hell, me and John, we'll take you over there, man. They got great food over there. Red Jam Rock says we're all holy rollers on here listening to you preach the gospel, according to Calvin. Yeah, they turned me in, Red Jam Rock. And YouTube took me down for a little while to review that. And I'm like, wow, it wasn't even nothing. Hey, Beauty Canoy. Good morning. And also, some more bad news. Duterte, he warns of stricter lockdowns to save the people from themselves if they don't start following the protocol and, start, and if the cases start rising up, and I'm like, how much stricter can it get? Mark Ratner says, YouTube is as woke as they come. I tell you, man, YouTube is something else. Yeah, Clayton Murray said YouTube did not like that STFU. Yeah, they didn't like that first rule, but it's a good one, man. It's the truth. Oh, sorry, Sam. I don't know. We got some rain today. He said I'm buffering. I hope I'm okay now. But maybe it's the low cloud cover. There's LaVon White. What's going on? LaVon White says, I'm going to have to do what you said. I will stand by the fact that you made me do it. Daryl Fulmore says, tell him it's spelled Dayum, Dayumm. Ebonics. But yeah, it was STFU that got him going, boy. It's crazy. You guys are funny. DJ Knight says, I love your content. Thank you, brother. Hey, Lenny Aguiar said, greetings from Boston. Right before, well, not right before, but in 2016, I had a car accident, and Sam Aguiar was my lawyer. And man, I tell you, because people tell me, man, you got to wait a long time to get your settlement. 3 months, man, I had my money. Matter of fact, because I had a 330 Ci BMW. I mean, this was nice. It was 2002. It was a classic. you can't buy them anymore. And the guy was on his cell phone. He ran through the. I was just getting the light had just turned green. I counted to 2, and I went through the light, and boom, he hit me on the side, spit me around. Well, the very next day, his insurance company was out there to my house and paid my car off. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. Hey, thanks, Levon White. He says, for the super chat, he says, for the great content. Man, I appreciate you, man. Not only are you one of my moderators, man, I consider you a friend now. I can't wait till it opens up. I want to meet some of you guys, but if you're in the Philippines and you're a follower of Sunshine Shoulders, I may have a little meet and greet here in San Carlos City. I don't drink, but hell, I'll buy beer, we'll buy food, different things. I even invite a few single ladies. Yeah, but oh yeah, Daryl Fulmore said Ilo is my wife. He's home. Her family's there. I love Ilo, and I love the provinces too. I've got family in Miagal, Ilo. That's where I almost got killed by that coconut. What's up, Professor Terry? I'm glad to see you on here, man. Give me a call sometime, man. We had a good chat, man. I like to talk to guys like you, man. It was really, really interesting, man. And hell, you down in paradise yourself. Hey, Auntie Maldita. He says, thank you, sir. Calvin, I'm watching you here from Hong Kong. Well, I really appreciate that. I mean, it really makes me feel good. And I never take any of that for granted. That's my next door neighbor. This guy's about 80 years old. He plays tennis. I'm gonna have to ask him if I can go out and hit a few balls with him, because that's all I do. I don't really play. DJ Knight says, waiting to hook me up. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little get together over here for Sunshine Shoulders followers and subscribers. Also, let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna show y'all something I got yesterday. Okay, we finally got and this chair right here, if you look at this, remember everybody in the hood used to have everybody's house you go into, they had a certain type of living room suite. Well, over here, it's the bamboo living room set. This was my first living room set over here. I got another one now, but this is the Filipino living room suite. But yesterday, guys, we got the perspective finally from the engineer, so we're going to be starting soon. I want to start next week. All we got to do is sign this, but look how much it is. And then we got all this, the building permit, a bunch of other stuff, man. Application form for locational clearance, certificate of final electrical inspection, and what's this one? It's 2 more in here. It's too many. Remember, I told y'all over here, it's a lot of paperwork, but he finally got everything done. I'm excited, and I'm going to use a guy asked me, he said, how are you going to pay for that? He said, make sure you don't give them all the money up front. I said, man, I don't have $1 million pesos up front. He said, give it to him a little bit of time. I said, yeah. I said, that's the Filipino mortgage. That's what I'm going to use, the Filipino mortgage. They'll work until you run out of money. You stop the work, then you get more money, then you start them again. That's a Filipino mortgage, and that's what I'm going to do over here. Hold on. Why am I talking? Yeah, that's what's called the Filipino mortgage. You build until you run out of money. Because when you come over here, you're going to see on the side of the road, you're going to see a lot of houses half done. A lot of times it's from people overseas, OFWs. They run out of budgets, what they say. And then once they get more money, they send it back and they start out again. Robert Dame says, YouTube should never spend any time out front of a fire department. My mom used to call that fireman talk. Man, my mother, Robert, would get a few sterling beers in her, and she would come up with some curse words you never heard before. Hey, Michael Dorsonville. Hey, Calvin, what's going on, brother? I want you to wish my beautiful girl happy birthday and hope many more to come. I want to wish Michael Dorsonville's beautiful wife happy birthday. Put her name on her, Mike, so that I can get personal. Buzz me says, how are you, my brother? I said, I love the content on For Dummies. Yeah, and then some guy got offended because I named it Expat Rules for Dummies. He don't realize that's a take, them instructional books, like eBay for Dummies, Texas Hold'em for Dummies. DJ Franz says, by the way, do you have friends here at San Carlos? I only really have one friend here, John, one expat friend. Now, I've got a friend that I just met. We're trying to hook up now. He lives in Calatrava. I invited him. He showed up at we had lunch one Saturday, but he couldn't stay. He lives in Calatrava, but not really. Zorba Dundee says, good morning, Calvin. Keep up the magic carpet flying high from Melbourne, Australia. Yeah. John's going to tell y'all about his experience tomorrow. See, with that tuxedo peel. Don't take my word for it. Clayton Murray says, single ladies, my ears pricked up. David B, good to see you, man. What's up, Robert Sanford? Man, I was just got some news. Then this is crazy when you get news from the United States over here. It must be serious. I see where in South Carolina, because of a lack of lethal injection drugs, they're giving their death row inmates a choice between electrocution and firing squad. Now, how would you like to have those type of choices, guys? We're always complaining about little bitty stuff. And these guys, boy, they give them some hell of a choices, don't you? But they say both of them are pretty fast. Roy Jones said, I enjoyed your Philippines for Dummies video. I know everybody saw it did, but that's fact. YouTube didn't let a lot of people see that. Jose Rosado says, keep up your great work. Blessing from Philly. Thank you, brother. Gary Walker says, if I come there for a permanent move, Cal, and bring one backpack full of only one item, what should it be? It's funny you can bring it up. I was riding my bike yesterday, and there's three things over here that's going to expose you if you try to get cheap with it. There's sunglasses. You got to have a good pair of sunglasses over here, man. It's really going to expose you. Sunscreen, at least 130 or more, Gary, and then shoes, comfortable shoes. You're going to do a lot of walking over here, okay? Toronto Skyscraper Blog says, do you actually know single ladies under 40? Absolutely. It's a lot of women over here under 40. Kiki Walker said, Trojans? Yeah, you better bring those because that's something that the Filipinos, remember, it's one thing they want, but they'll never tell you they want children. And they don't, they're very, religious over here on that, for that, as far as that's concerned. A lot of the women over here, they're not on any birth control. Now, if you go in like Manila and some of those bad slums and different things like that, where, the government has to step in there and start, educating young women on birth control, you'll see where they'll get that injection. But most women over here now, they're not on it. Hey, Maximus, what's going on? Kiki Fry said, nice house, Calvin. Yeah, it's small, man, and it's modest. And, he left the door open if we want to add to it. Now, he did In there somewhere is also the guest house. But what he's done, he's designed it. And, you know, this may be a honest guy because he said, look, the materials that are left over are going to be yours. Use that to build your guest house, he said, but all you'll have to do is pay for the labor. He said, now I don't know how far up that's going to take you. He said, I don't know if it's going to reach the roof or not, but it'll save you a lot of money. Yeah, it's all but done deal. Looks like a nice house. It's a small house. You know, over here's a typical house over here. It's about 52 square meters. It's about 500, a little bit over 560 square feet. And it don't seem like a lot, you know, because in America, hell, those little bitty houses we grew up in, they were no more than about 1,000 square foot. But over here, it's pretty good. Okay, DJ Francis, said, anytime, just message me on Facebook. I'm going to friend you today. Jeremy says, just watch the 17th Filipinos videos. I enjoyed it, and that was all true. Yeah, you know, they won't tell you. They won't come out and tell you a lot of things, guys. You know, but this is what they want. And remember, I'm giving you my boots on the ground experience. You know, what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. And that's just what I came up with. Hey, D's Hangout Haven. My own Buntag. Wow, you know, Bisaya, Calvin. Hi, everyone. Gamai, D's Hangout. And everybody go out and check out, is that D's? No, Des's Hangout Haven. From time to time, I look in on your live streams. You got some great subjects. I don't know why there's more, you don't get more viewers. That last one you had was really good. I can't think of, but it was some good. You got good content, but I didn't see a lot of people on there. Check her out. Y'all see her on her Des's Hangout Haven. She's a Filipino. You can get it straight from her because it makes a whole lot more sense. You know, I mean, it covers more weight when it comes from Filipinos. Philippines, my paradise, said John, the loyal fried, is absent today. Yeah, hope he's okay. He probably went to his girlfriend's village. They go there a lot whenever he's not around. Toronto Skyscraper blog. Yeah, Calvin, we can get 40-year-olds in our country. Yeah, I know. But under 40, can you get a beautiful 24-year-old over there that's really going to be interested in you? And, you know, really going to well, you don't have to daydream, that you can really, you know, you don't have to fantasize. You can really get with her. See, that's the thing over here. Hey, Jeff Murata TV said, my own Buntag, sir, Kelvin. I'm Cebuana also. I'm from San Carlos City. Wow. Well, if you see me ride on my bike or you see me in SM, or, I mean, not SM, Gaisano Mall or City Mall, just let me, you know, say hello, man. You know, I might buy you lunch or something. Mark Ratner says, LMAO. See, I can't say that. They might shut me off. But y'all know what that means. He said, at Filipino mortgage. Yeah, that's what I call it. That's, you know, I made that up. But that's what it is. Toronto Skyscraper blog said, Roach, will you still stream when you get back to U.S.? Yeah. But if I do go back to the U.S., it's only going to be for, man, a minute. I'll see my children, my grandchildren. I'm out of there, man. You know, I'll probably go, you know, if I have to leave here until the Philippines opens, I'll probably go somewhere like Mexico. Or I may go to Panama because I've got a good friend in Panama. He was living in the United States. He should be retired by now. And he's offered, you know, he said I could stay with him as long as I want it. And, you know, he'll show me around and everything. And it was a place I was going to come to before I came to the Philippines. I met him at the YMCA. He just looks like a light-skinned brother to me, but he's Panamanian 100%. And he said, yeah, man, you'll love it there. And he showed me some pictures where he lives. I mean, it looks just like over here, really. To be honest. What's going on, Timothy Bright? I hope you're feeling better today. Toronto Skyscraper Block said, Cal, we never seen you with a stunner or spinner. Yeah, but my girlfriend, she's not gonna come on camera. That's her choice. But what can I do? Hey Sal, what's going on, man? I hope you're feeling better, man. Give me a call after my live stream. I went to bed early last night. Demetrius Boyd, man, good to see you, man. It's been a while. He said, what's up, Mr. Calvin? Checking from Chicago. My girl Manila is going back to high school, and I'm happy as hell, man. Man, I tell you, John was saying something about his girlfriend going back. And I tell you, see, over here, there's no shame in that. You will see, okay, when I was living down in Zamboanga, well, I'm going to tell you he's a friend because he lived right across from us. He was something like 16, and he went back to the 3rd grade. He didn't care. I don't know if they fast-tracked you over here, but he went back to school. Clayton Berry says, wow, firing squad with blanks would be okay. Yeah, I tell you what. But they say, if it hits you in the heart, you're dead instantly. I guess you'll just feel that initial, but, I'm going to be honest with you. Man, that's a hell of a choice to have. What's going on, D. Gordine or Gordine? Good to see you, man. Kenneth Roundtree, I'm glad you're on here, man. Good to see you. Jason Flint. Let's see. Now, remember when I tell you guys, I say, hey, don't come over here and open up a brick and mortar business. I said, because it can cause you trouble. Remember, we're invisible over here, but when you open up brick and mortar businesses, they see you. Well, if you can do something the Filipino can't do, fine. Or if you can offer something he can't offer, fine. Okay, I was looking through the Cebu Daily News today, and an imam, and you know what an imam is? He's high up in the Muslim community. He was killed in Lapu-Lapu. The mayor says this, not me. You can go on Cebu Daily News and read it. That he was killed, and it was a case of business rivalry. See, they're in that butane business, which is a big business here. And, I didn't go into any detail with it, but I read the article. But yeah, business rivalry, man, is a hot topic over here, man. And if you in one of them type of businesses where it's competitive and there's a whole lot of money can be made, you see they're killing imams. This guy's big in his community, in the Muslim community. They certainly will kill you over here. But anytime I see something like that, I like to bring that up because I don't want y'all to think that, oh, this guy's crazy. I see a lot of men up in Angeles City owning bars and different things like that. Well, I don't think so anymore, but back in the day, it used to. Hey, Michael McFarland, good to see you, brother. Mark George. Wow, Seattle. I got a friend in Seattle. His name is, what's his name? I forgot his name. But he's a friend. No, Carl Joyner. Oh, Carl's on her. No, it's okay. Dez's Hangout Haven. We're all a part of this YouTube community. If I can help you, I will. She said, sorry for the shameless plug, host Calvin. No, I don't care, because here's the thing. People are going to run to your channel, but if you can't hold their attention, then you're going to waste their time. Not just you, but anybody. And that's the truth. Oh, okay. Emerald Shane. Michelle Dorsonville. Happy birthday. And I think you're from Zamboanga, right? I used to live there on and off for years. I love Zamboanga. Never had any problems there. Now, when I was back in the States, I left in 2012 and 2013. The siege happened, but there hasn't been any problems there since. I like it. I really do. No problem. She said, thank you, Sunshine Shoulders. I am Boomtop. There was some flooding down in Zamboanga in the last couple of days because a lot of rain going on. James Lyons, good to see you, brother. You are an unofficial member of the NTZ. Oh, okay. Michael McFarland said, I used to live in Peru, Ipu, Barangay 1, Oblation, San Carlos City. Now living on Lady. I've been to Lady. I've got good friends. They've got an Airbnb in Ormond. I mean, it's nice. And I'm not Maddie and Patrick. He's half German, half Filipino. She's Filipino, obviously. His mother is a full-blooded Filipino. She married a German way back in the days when they were pen pals. She told me she moved there in 1980, but this is the typical Filipino I'm telling you about. When you go overseas, she started buying land back here, building houses. They got a beautiful house. She goes back and forth. And while I was there, I got my, because they'll give you a good deal. I mean, it's like just living at home, really. You have your own room with your own CR and all that, but they live in like a mansion. I consider it a mansion here in the Philippines. And he told me, Patrick told me, he said, go down to Cloven. He said, instead of going all the way back to Cebu to renew your visa. Man, I went down there, boom. I was in and out of there, man. It was quick. It wasn't the quickest because I had to, this only place this ever happened. I had to go and get a photocopy of my biography page on my passport. Other than that, man, I'd have been in and out of there. Thank you, Timothy Bright, for that super chat. He says SC can get vaccines for COVID, but not enough for lethal injections. I was born at night, but not last night. Take care, Eric Calvin. Yeah, that is strange, but that's a hell of a choice to have. Yeah, let's get the thumbs up, guys. Y'all know it helps me. We got 182 people, 81. Sam Champion says that James Lyons, glad to see you here tonight. Yeah, Clayton Murray's another unofficial member of the NTZ. Raymond Lopez says, hey, I love your show. Man, I love you back, brother. Because without my viewers and subscribers, I'm nothing, man. I'm just a guy over here talking about the Philippines, sharing my experience, strength, and hope with you guys. Thanks for the super chat, Michael Cosby. He says, rule number 1 was the best so far. He said, mind your own business and shut the funk up. Now, I didn't curse you two. Needed to be said. Thanks for your help with the whole life insurance policy. Thank you, Michael, man. That's just, based on what you told me, man, that was my job for 18 years, man. I enjoyed it till I got burnt out. Not from the insurance, but just the rat race over there. I had to work twice as hard just to maintain my same lifestyle. I promise you, man. And I had a nice lifestyle, but I was like, yeah, I'm treading water, man. It really is. I had really gotten on that hamster wheel. I wasn't going anywhere fast, man. I'll be honest with you. Toronto Skyscraper, it's a good question. He said, Calvin, LA Cafe is closing this week. Sad news. Why you never show us cool place with young hotties? Well, because I'm going to tell you something. I'm in the Philippines, and where I am, man, it's a strict lockdown, to be honest with you. It's not a whole lot of places I can go to show you because if it is, it's far away. And just depending on what day it is, most, Filipinos, and they're hard at work trying to earn a living. But as it opens up, you'll see it. You'll see it. But I did when I was at Lackawanna Island. Go back on some of my lives when I was at Lackawanna Island, Sapaway. Yeah, I showed some hotties, man, Paul M., what's up, man? Emerald Shane said, Michael, Dorsonville loves you so much. I'm jealous. Now, well, like I said, he loves you a whole lot more than me. I tell you that, Emerald. There's no reason to be jealous. You're laughing, but I know Filipinos are jealous. My girlfriend got jealous of music because one morning I was listening to my music, my Spotify, and I said, "Boy, I need this music. If it weren't for my music, I couldn't get my day started." Oh, she was like, "Oh, that music, not me. I'm not the one." I'm like, "Wow, really?" George Barker said, "You had me rolling with the last video." Lick her comment. But it's true, George Barker. Filipinos, they're not afraid to try new things, and that's one of the things they like. I just said, go ahead and lick her, right there, because, she wants you to, but she's not going to ask you. That's for sure. Zorba Dundee says, any Greek restaurants in Carlos City, Calvin? No. And you probably have to go to either Dumaguete, Cebu, or Bacolod. Somebody was telling me about a Greek restaurant, a Greek that owned, it sold meat or something in Dumaguete. But no, San Carlos, we're very small. I mean, as far as, there's actually more people in here than Dumaguete, but the city limits is just stretched out so far that you'll be like, we're still in San Carlos? Yeah, but it's actually 132,000 people here, 131,000. But Dumaguete's just built up for tourists in a different way than San Carlos City is. Mr. Most Scientific said, he said, laugh out loud, Tennessee tuxedo. Yeah, that Tennessee, that tuxedo peel, and the way that man had me looking when he cut my hair. I did look like Tennessee tuxedo to myself. Hey, Roy Jones. He said, you got to lick that bearded clam. That's funny. Yusuf Hatim says, Cal did not man that blog where you were cursing. I got the idea you had behind it. I love today's 7 Things video. Always informative, nitty gritty to the max. Never hurtful, just honest. Much love. Thank you, Yusuf, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot, man. Vinny G said, Calvin, any further disputes regarding the fence your neighbor erected? No, because it's only, he's about, she made it sound worse than it was. Yeah, he's about 8 to 10 inches on my property at the end because, your property line doesn't go straight like this. Man actually goes and veers out like this. Well, over to the edge, he's about 8 to 10 inches. So I said, you can have that, man, because that fence is going to stop me from having to build a fence in the back. And then I've got a fence on the side of me. So when I build my fence, I'm only going to have to build 2 sides. But I'm going to go ahead and build one back there because it's not high enough and it's not secure enough for me. And remember, I'm going to have that guest house on my property. So I want to make sure that whoever's in there is safe, or at least feels safe. Hey, Zachary Esplico said, good morning, sir. Let's see. World traveler making a change. He said, hello from Bahamas. Wow. He said, love that shut up video last night, Calvin. Sorry YouTube was offended by it. Man, you're in one of the places, world traveler, that I suggested the guys go this summer, Bahamas. Don't sit around and wait for this place to open, man, because it really doesn't look good right now. But I was telling y'all, we're getting in a lot more vaccines. It's supposed to be a little bit over 7 million by the end of this month, 21 million by the end of June. The problem is the Philippines doesn't have the capability to get it out fast enough really to open up this year. But who knows? They may, once science is more sold on a fully vaccinated individual and what that entails, maybe they'll let fully vaccinated people in. And they also said that they're going to target the expat alley first. So if they can get herd immunity in Metro Manila, English City, Dumaguete, Cebu, Bacolod, Davao, Iloilo City, General Santos, they may open that up to everybody because that's what they're going to do. Toronto says, will your kids in the States get to meet little Booby? Yeah, eventually they will. Because see, Booby, my two sons that are here, they're U.S. citizens. They can leave anytime they want. Of course, they can. They're little kids. But Booby, as soon as it opens up, I'm going to go to Manila and do that. And I just want to put this out there, guys. It's an easy process, man. Don't be afraid of it if you have to do that. If it comes to that, even if you're not with the girl, do that for your child. If don't leave them here. Give them a choice. It's real simple. It's only the application is only like 5 or 6 pages long, and it's basically biological information, your information and hers, your father's name, your mother's name, where you live. Then you fill out the passport. The application for the passport, because you got to do that together. It's only about $200. I promise you, without the waiting, just from when I got there, when me and my son got there in February 2019, and they called our number, we went up there, the lady looked at my information, made sure I had everything, things filled out right, and then another, I'm going to tell you, 4 or 5 minutes, we were in there with the lady, and she was really good, this interviewer from the U.S. Embassy. And I promise you, I was out of there in 10 minutes, man. It didn't take me no more than 30 minutes total. And, I would love, because, don't put them in a situation like Gail. D. Gordine said, South Carolina has been able to order for over a year. Yeah. But today it was in the newspaper, and I just found that kind of interesting, man. I guess they're just trying to get them off death row. And then these, these tough on crime guys. I was watching a documentary on YouTube the other night on death row, and they were talking to the death row inmates. They said it's not a deterrent because no criminal ever thinks they're going to get caught to begin with. So how could it be a deterrent? Billy Boy says, I know it seems far-fetched, but do you ever see the Philippines becoming a world superpower in 50 years, 100? Not a superpower. Believe it or not, at one time in the 70s, and you can research it if you don't believe me, the Philippines had the #1 Air Force in all of Asia. I mean, the Philippines was, at the top of Asia back in the 70s, man. With the backing of the U.S., they had Marcos in there. And then, of course, it went all downhill after that, for a lot of reasons that I'm not going to elaborate on. But prior to the pandemic, their economy was booming over here. And that's not from me. That's from Bloomberg Economics. And the sky was the limit for the Philippines. And you could see the difference. When I came over in 2009, you could walk across the busiest street in Cebu, man, and it wasn't, going to be any problem. You try that now. There's so many cars, so many scooters and motorcycles now. You can see the difference. I mean, people were really working. Gary Walker said, yeah, that shut the funk up Lion Rock. I've heard that so much, man. I didn't think it was no big deal, but yeah, it's a lot of holy rollers watching me, man. And I want to apologize to the holy rollers. Benny G said, shut the funk up university, Professor Calvin. Michael Cosby, well, he said COVID in Taiwan is exploding. I was reading that today, but I didn't read the whole article. Hey, Nicholas Romero, are you Nikolai from Germany or not? Because if so, your girlfriend, Mary Gracie, gave you a shout out today. Mitch says they've always had the right to choose the method. Lack of chemicals caused a couple of stays of execution, so they're changing it to having to pick another method of, if the chemicals aren't available. Okay, but still, death is death. Satoni Hemingway says, Satone Hemingway says, you ever thought of serving soul food there? No. I don't want anything that resembles work here. And that's another reason why I'm against opening up a business. Man, who comes over? You don't come to the Philippines to work, man. You come over here to rejuvenate. If I open up a restaurant, Satone Hemingway, I'm going to have to be there 24 hours a day. If not, they're going to steal me blind. Yeah, I'm going to have to be there. And who wants to sit around a restaurant all day? Unless that's something that you really love to do. But yeah, I don't want to work over here. Hey, Michael Dorsonville says, hey, Calvin. Wait. I missed it. Sorry, Michael. I'll get you back. I thought it was somewhere around here. Well, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I thought I had it. Okay. Michael McFarland says, what agency at the embassy to make your children USA citizens? I believe it's American Citizens Department. But, they'll give you, when you get the application, they're going to give you the address to mail it off. You mail it, the application and everything, because they're going to make sure you got everything, and then they'll set up an appointment with you. You can't just show up there. But it's simple, though. It's nothing to, a lot of guys think it's a lot of paperwork and everything, and it's difficult, but it's not. DJ Franz, I'm in Barangay 2. I'm in Margarita Village. It's a real nice place here. Robert Dame said he's shopping at Walmart today. And what are they doing? Okay. In Tucson, over the intercom, inviting people to take the COVID vaccination with Johnson & Johnson or Moderna at the Walmart pharmacy for free. Wow, customer shopping. I think it's going to be free over here. I know it's free to the locals. John said it's going to be free to expats too. I hope so. 345 Adventures. He says hi from the Cayman Islands. Wow. Roy Jones says, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Clayton Murray says, I'm eating a fresh pineapple from the Philippines right now. It's rejuvenating me. There's nothing better, Clayton, than a cold pineapple from here. Paul M. says, when Calvin says, shut the funk up, shirt coming out. Because I got a whole bunch of people I could wear that in front of. I can rock that shirt at my next barbecue. They're not going to listen to you. What's up, JH? Hold on. The water people's here again. They deliver my water. Like, you know, they used to deliver the milk back in the day. James Lyon says, everybody hit the, hold on, guys, I got to pay for this. Hey, hon, the water, too big, I mean. See, you can buy the water this way, too, for 25 pesos. All right. Where is it? You got it? Hand it to me. Yeah, and that's good water too. But I wouldn't drink the water out of the tap. But the filter stations, yes. Bottled water, yes. Oh, James Lyon said he's making a weed run. Well, if you see somebody out there, man, buy him something to eat, buy him something to drink. Give him a couple of dollars, James Lyon. Destination Unknown TV says, do you ever miss the States? Not the States. Now, I do miss my kids and my grandkids, but not the United States. No, it's nothing about the United States I miss, really. I'm going to be honest with you. I lived there my whole life. I lived there for 55 years, you know. But I love my country. Don't get me wrong, you know. But, you know, life goes by so quick is what I like to say. And, you know, what rule says that I have to live in America my entire life? Hell, my life was almost over when I moved out of there, 55 years. But, no, I don't miss the States. You know, sometimes I miss the speed of how things run over there. But I don't, man. Gary Walker said, true, I do love my Budweiser, Bud, and cashews. Jerome Morgan said, definitely do not drink from the tap in the Philippines. No. And I've got a video I made several months ago when I was living in my other house. I mean, the water's ugly sometimes over here, man. You don't want to. As a matter of fact, it looks like beer coming out of the tap. Maurice Howard, Calvin, where can I get the Boots on the Ground t-shirt? Go to my video today, Maurice Howard. You'll see the link in there to the Teesprings. And I appreciate your consideration. Thanks to anybody. You know, I've had 8 orders there. And, I mean, it floors me, really. I mean, I really appreciate that. And while I'm saying it, thanks to all my Patreon members, too. I mean, you know, really, guys, I would never take this for granted. James Lyon says, I drink Miller High Life. Well, see, that was the hip man's drink. When I was drinking, because, see, all the guys with the good jobs at Philip Morris, they used to get off on Friday and they come on the corner because, you know, in America, we hang out on corners right in front of the liquor store and we drink Miller High Life all day, you know. Curtis Batten says, amen, too, that America's not the greatest country in the world no more. It's just that, you know, like I said, the world, I mean, life goes by so quick, man. I just wanted to see something else. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, it's all about being happy. Some people are happy over there. My ex-wife is happy over there. ZVBX says, don't even use tap water there. Rinsing out your mouth after brushing your teeth. Use bottled water. That's great advice. DJ Franz says, if you open a restaurant, can I be your helper? I really need a part-time or full-time job. I can't apply here because of the pandemic. Man, I wouldn't want to work over here, DJ. You don't have to worry about me opening up nothing over here. Believe it or not. Oh, no, I don't give you breakouts, but, you know, what over here is hard. Meaning, that's why I tell you to bring some good lotion over here. Even if you didn't use it in America, you need it over here. Because normally, I'm going to tell you something to shock me. When I first got over here, I never saw a Filipino use lotion. But here in St. Carlos, my girlfriend, I have to get good lotion. she needs it because, man, this water, when you come out of there, man, you'll feel like you're going to, just break into, you be so dry. Only One Night says, do you know many Filipinos who immigrate to the States and then return because the Philippines is better suited for them? Absolutely. Not a lot, but I know some. I knew one girl who flew over, one woman rather, sorry. She flew over at the same time my wife did. And she wasn't there 90 days. She said, the heck with this. I'm coming back. I knew another brother who was married to a young lady, and I don't know her situation, but she came back too. She wasn't there a year because I'm going to tell you, I think I know why she came back, because he never did. See, when you bring a woman over on the K-1 visa, okay, that's just the beginning of it. Now you got to pay for the green card. And a lot of people don't have it $700 and something right off the top. And without that green card and applying for it, she can't work. She can't go anywhere, but home. And I think the young lady got tired of waiting. And she came back home. And then she got married here. She a live-in. Frank Ellis says, hey, Calvin, you should interview Jay, the Black Filipino. He sent me a comment on one of my videos, and he told me what's up. He said he wanted to hook up with me once all this is over with. And I'd be open to it. He was one of the first ones I followed. Believe it or not. Zorba Dundee said, put a filtration on your shower. It might help. I'm going to see if I can find something here, but the problem with that is the water comes out so slow sometimes. You put that damn filter on there, man, you're not going to get anything. That's the only, thing I'm afraid of. Hey, Magnolia State, thanks for that super sticker. See, that's the only thing that scares me from doing that, but that's a great idea. JH says, Verner's is terrible. Bohemian Ginger Ale is where it's at. See, in my last few days, I just celebrated 23 years of sobriety. But in my last days of drinking, I would have drank anything, really. I was drinking Buckhorn beer in the last, what's the other one? Just anything that I could get my hands on, really. I ain't gonna lie. 211, just crazy stuff, man. Because that's all about all the money I had. Buffalo Dan, see, now he going to bear witness. And Calvin's 100% right about the Filipino wanting sex, but we'll lay there like a dead fish till you start the action. That's my wife 100%. I couldn't have said any better. That is it in a nutshell. And you'll be stunned. You'll be like, well, hell, don't wait for her to initiate it. But once you start that engine up, you better be able to ride that. It's a Maserati. Reginald Graham said, Calvin, how did you come out with immigration? Were you able to extend? No, I haven't found out anything. I'm going to have to talk to somebody in Manila. I'm not picking on this young lady, but she was basically a cashier, that's all. And her supervisor, who really does all the work, she just didn't look like she wanted to be bothered. I was just, and once I got to that situation, I just wanted to hurry up and get out of there, really. Yeah, Rick B, Old Steel Reserve 211. I would drink anything, man, really. I wasn't choicy then, I started out on that stuff like that and ended up on it. Because when we were young, Night Train first came out. I remember that Night Train wine, and I was only like maybe 13 or 14 when that came out. And we surprised ourselves on being able to drink a pint by ourselves. And you be tore up, man. The Night Train, because everybody usually starts out with Richards, Wild Irish Rose, and then Night Train, and Boone's Farm is what I started out on. Then I kind of went to the Morgan David, then Richards for a long time, and then Night Train. And then as I got older and got better jobs and stuff, yeah, I would drink the Hennessy, the Cavazier, and but by the end it was nothing. Yeah, the Heineken, Budweiser, yeah. James Lang says 211 is not that bad. Hey, Wendell Richardson. Say, Brother Cal, glad to see yourself. JH said that the Black Filipino has started going the conspiracy route. Sad. I don't really watch a whole lot of stuff anymore because his content did change. He used to be, it's what attracted me to him. He was just talking like, but sometimes when you get as big as he is, you have to evolve. Maybe some of his sponsors and stuff like that, because he's successful, man. He's got, I don't know, last time I checked, he was closing in on 40,000 subscribers. That's unbelievable. But yeah, when he first started out, he was like raw and, I could relate to him. But a lot of stuff now I really can't relate. But I support him. DJ Franz says, thanks, Cal. I really need a job so I can help my parents. Oh, my God. Yeah, well, you got to look somewhere else, DJ, because I'm not working over here. Yeah, Dana Jones says Night Train and yeah, MD 2020. I forgot about that. And remember when they started making the MD 2020 with different flavors? What did they call that? It was different flavors, blue and orange, and just and then that what's that other one that they had in that little bottle? I used to drink in Cincinnati. Oh my God. Yeah, Thunderbird 2, man. Oh man. Timothy Bright said, I used to mess with a married woman. I always made the first move. She'd tell me she want me. I said, I'm here. Come get it. Pissed me off. But when we started, I get in them guts. Yeah, but yeah, you start out on that strong stuff for some reason. Then you mellow out. And then if you like me, see, and you get to that bitter end, you back in that rock gut stuff again. Because I'm just trying to, first I was drinking for the effect. Then, I was just drinking to be cool. Then toward the end, I was drinking for the effect again. Michael, yeah, they're dual citizens. Michael McFarland. I want to know if your kids are dual citizens. Yeah. And I apologize, man. I've got over 200 people here. And this thing, this ticker goes up about every 5 seconds. But yeah, Frank L said, what about Ripple? I guess Ripple would be something like that old crazy wine we were drinking. That's all Ripple is, right? Yeah, Mellow 17. Millen. But it was all kind of stuff. Manusa says, on the night train. I love that stuff. I'm on the night train. And I can never get enough. Ready to crash and burn. I never learn. I'm on the night train. Oh, songs by Guns N' Roses. Yeah, that night train, man, I tell you. But see, here's the thing about it. If you think that stuff was cheap then, it's the same price now. I promise you. Okay, I started drinking in 1975. A pint of Rich's Wild Irish Rose was $1. If you go to Louisville, Kentucky right now in any liquor store, a pint of Rich's Wild Irish Rose is around $1. Now, how they were able to do that, I don't know. But that's cheap rock gut stuff. And that's why you see a lot of that liquor will really break you down worse than a lot of drugs. Number one, it's cheap. Number two, it takes a long time before you see the effects, But once you see it, it's too late. John Gomez said, Calvin, aren't we going to start a band? Come on, man, let's do it. Phil Burns says, sponsoring your partner in some kind of business. Don't until you're in the Philippines yourself. Yeah, most Penites have no business ability at all. Businesses there are to show prestige, not profit. Beautiful. I mean, that's right on the money. And I said that on one of my earlier videos, that's some of the craziest things I see foreigners do. One of them is We sponsor businesses or we finance businesses, what I say, with people who have no business experience at all, who have no experience running a business, with taking inventory, with nothing, with hiring people. But, we think we're doing them a favor. And the profit margin is so slim here, man. I mean, you can cut it with a knife. It's so slim. I wouldn't do it, man, But like I said, there's some things over here. Like, okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Now, here's a good one. And this is in San Carlos. I was riding the tricycle yesterday. Excuse me. And the owner is selling the tricycle and the license. Guess how much? $40,000. That's cheap, man. But I don't really know if it's cheap. I thought it would be more than that. Because the motorcycle is raggedy. The cage is raggedy. But that license is really what you're buying. And if you buy that thing, see, that's recurring income for you. That's like 150 pesos a day for you. That's like 4,500 pesos a month for you. You're just sitting back. You're not doing anything. Now, if something goes wrong, you got to maintain it, but he has to put the gas in it, and he pays you 150 pesos a day. I mean, that would be a good, investment right there. If I wasn't starting this house, I would think about buying that. Zorba Dundee says, Calvin, do you ever drink lambanog, or have you tried before? If it's alcohol, I won't drink it. I don't drink any alcohol at all. Period. Yeah, Ed from Queens says most businesses work on a small profit margin. If that, I mean, small, you're being nice, Ed. Some of these sorry stores, I don't see how they make it. Hey, Simply, good to see you back. We missed you last time. Yeah, Ed, he says entrepreneurship is not easy. Not anywhere. Napoleon Hill said, if you were to want for anything, want for an idea. See, people always want to think that you need money to make money. You don't. That's not true. If you got the right idea, the people they'll build it for you. See, look at this Bitcoin and look at all that. People will come, they'll invest if it's the right idea. See, that's what you want, an idea whose time has arrived. That's about as good as it comes right there. It don't get any better than that. And you don't need money, But you do want to use other people's money. That's, i.e. the bank, some type of financing, investors, for your startup, because otherwise, what are you doing? James Thomas says champagne. I forgot about that. With grenadine was I forget how you pronounce that. Because everybody's trying to be bourgeoisie choice. Yeah. And that's all it is. I got to the point, by the time I was in high school, what's that one we thought was, what's that? See, my mind is gone, man, from all that drinking back in the day. Dana Jones says, I have a friend of mine from high school who lives outside Manila who makes draft beer. Now, see, something like that, but, okay. Yeah, something like that, but, like I said, man, I didn't come over to work. Zorba Dundee says, the Filipino drink made from coconut wine. Yeah, see, I was talking about that the other day. It will kick your behind. And I tell guys, be careful, because every time you pick up the newspaper, people are dying from that stuff for some reason. Frank Ellis said, crypto's hitting the wall right now. Yeah, it is. But I'm just saying, I was just giving you a general idea. You want an idea whose time has come. John Gomez said, "Can you still work insurance during the PI?" Yeah, if I wanted to. I've got the I got a phone I can call the United States, but I don't want to work anymore, guys. I really don't. Yeah, that's business. Christopher Leroy says, you use somebody else's money, somebody else's labor. That's business. Yeah. Dana Jones says draft beer machine for clubs and bars. Yeah, when they open. But then again, remember now, Dana, there's somebody already doing that over here. And you're going to be into their business. Now, they might not be doing it. They might be doing it on tap. Whatever it is, you're going to be cutting into their business, and they're not going to like it. See? And that's where the trouble starts, see? Paul M. said, can foreigners work as a real estate agent over there? I'm not for sure. You probably have to get some type of visa, work visa, I'm sure, to do that, to work over here. Yeah, Reginald. Yeah, you got to apply because the SRRV is a Philippine visa. It has nothing to do with the U.S. So yeah, you got to apply over here. Roy Jones said, Calvin, you didn't come here to work, but you're a piece of work. Yeah, I tell you that. I have to agree with you. Kona Rangers, that's my kind of work, Kona. He said, work for me is paddle boarding and surfing now. Yeah. Okay, Jacob. Yeah, I got about 19 minutes left, man. I'm going to be on here hour and 30 minutes today. Thanks, man. I really appreciate your support, brother. Simply Acker said, looks like the government is putting crypto private companies out of business and come up with their crypto, something they can track and have control of. Wow. Now that's interesting. I see where y'all's buddy Bill Gates is about ready to get canceled over there. They own him pretty good over there in America. See, I don't care who you are. If they get the dibs on you, you're in trouble over there. And here's a man, all the good he's done, all the billions he spent, whether you love him or hate him, and now all of a sudden they done turned on him. They got pictures of him with Epstein and stuff's coming out about him, being human, because that's all it is. He's just being human. Busby says, you said you have to leave. You still there, your girlfriend happy. I don't know what you're saying. Okay, you said you have to leave. Okay, yeah, I'm still here, but not now. I got a few months. But I've got a plan that I'm going to do. Here's my plan. Because my wife, soon to be ex-wife, wants to come here to so we can get our son's passport renewed so she can take him back to the States with her. Because I put the pressure on her, man. Don't leave him over here. You don't want to be here, so no sense in him being here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly back to the United States, then buy her a ticket. We're going to fly back here together and be a ballot buy-in, and I can start my 3 years all over again. That's probably my only way. Or go to some other place and try to wait it out. Yeah, Phil Byrne says, Phil Burns, says, remember, most businesses there extend credit. You can't carry credit, no patronage. Collecting credit is another problem. Collecting outstanding accounts, you embarrass them. More problems. Yeah. If you got a sorry store, you're going to run up a big credit bill, and no one's going to want to pay you back. Some guy borrowed, 500 pesos from me the other day, man. In my mind, I just played it off to let him save face. I said, yeah, just make sure you pay me back Friday. In my mind, I'm saying good luck getting that 500 pesos back. You might as well have it. You know, it's not worth it, but I won't loan anything over that to a local. Because I'm saying, hell, this guy ain't even got a job. Believe it or not. Yeah. Kona Ranger, Bill Gates, Ellen DeGeneres, and more getting counseled. Now but who cares when you got the kind of money they've got? Really? I mean, that's their egos now. They just want to always be in the public spotlight. I'm like, man, if I had the money you have, man, I would disappear. I wouldn't have to always be out there in the public eye. Gary Walker says, I'm your age, Calvin. I started on Falstaff at 14, Mickey's Big Mouth at 15, 16, memories. Yeah, I started drinking when I was 12. I drank a quart. Well, I couldn't drink the whole quart. But my two little buddies, they had already been drinking before me. We had a quart of Sterling apiece. It was terrible. I didn't like it, but I tried to drink it down. And I couldn't do it. I left about this much in there, but by the time I was drinking 40, and it was nothing. Yeah, Phil Burns said most locals confuse the word borrowing with the word have. Yeah, you don't want to loan money over. Just go on and give it to them. Mark Ratner says they're about to cancel Dave Chappelle for speaking against the cancel culture. Chappelle's far left as far as politics go, but even he's had enough. Yeah, this cancel culture, man. I'll say it again. When I was growing up, a man said what he meant and meant what he said. That was it. He wasn't on the. Nowadays, if you say something that people don't like, by the end of the day, you're on there apologizing. Well, how in the world are you going to apologize? You know it's fake. You're just saying that so you won't get canceled. I mean, come on, man. Wendell Richardson said, bro, Calvin, you have some more children. Yeah, I was married for 18 years to my American wife. We've got 4 daughters. They're all grown. My youngest graduating high school this year. Dana Jones says the Indian loan sharks make a killing out of the Filipino people, not knowing how to budget their money. Yeah, see, that was something that Duterte ran on. That was one of his platforms. He said, I'm going to kick the Indian out of here. Stop cheating my people. Well, of course, I mean, that was just a campaign slogan because it's so embedded into this society that Filipinos are doing it now. And it's so lucrative. The interest, so lucrative, and that they'll just, by the time, it reminds me, excuse me, of the old insurance policies that my mother they used to sell my mother and them back in the day. Where after 2 or 3 years, hell, you done paid more in premium than the policies were. But they've got something now called a 7-year rule. See, back in the 80s, when they revamped that whole insurance industry, now you can't do that. But back then, and that's how it is over here with the 5-6. They can't afford to pay you back the $1,000 they borrowed, but they can pay you the what would that be? 1,200. That'd be 40 pesos every day interest. They can afford to pay you that. Well, hell, they're gonna keep on paying you that, and you don't care. The Indian doesn't care because by the time they pay it off, hell. But yeah, I mean it's a lucrative business, but it's dangerous. Because not long ago, I read about an Indian getting killed by one of his customers in Cebu, and you'll see them. You'll know who they are because everything will be covered but their eyes, and then they'll have glasses on them. Because a lot of these collectors are Filipinos. They don't want people to know who they are because their life's in jeopardy. Simply Acker said, America's so funny and good at manipulating people. Crypto is hot, and everyone like me and some of you are going after it. After the billionaires make billions on it, they dumped it, and we lost all the money. Yeah, see, it is. I think it's called the Big Calvin. What are you talking about, Smoky Mountain Modeler? Frank Allen said everybody leaving the Matrix. Yeah, Michael McFarland. In America, they're getting 100% interest now. I remember when I used to have to go to the loan shark for my mother and my stepfather, it would be 10 cents on the dollar. By the time I left the United States, it was $1 on the dollar. If you bought $1, you had to pay them $2 back. And people, by the end of the month, they would owe their whole disability check. And that's crazy. And over here they do it, and what they'll do is, that's why I don't use the ATMs. Number one, the fees are too high. But number two, you're going to end up being behind somebody, one of those people. They're going to have 6 or 7 cards, and you're going to be there for 30 minutes waiting, because he's going to go through all of them, get out his money. It's crazy. Oh, okay, yeah. Smoky Mountain. He said interest on a loan from Uncle Benny. Oh, absolutely. But what can you do? You know, I see the Indian guy. They call them boombais because they said it, not me. That's the Filipino word for onion. They said they smell like onions. But you'll see him in the marketplace, and he's got that book, thick book. Yeah, he's making a killing, man. Wow, Jason Flint said, Calvin, I'm still up 1,000% in crypto. Well, that would be reason enough. At least get half your money out of there, man. See, that's the problem with me. You got to be in the stock market a certain amount of time before you can cash in. Oh, okay. Jeff Lynch said, I was in the lending business with my wife's aunt. Made well over 100,000 US. We had to quit when I became Muslim since we can't borrow or lend. Yeah, it's lucrative, man. Scott Ensign said, yeah, you're up only as long as you cash it in before the end run of the fallout. That's right. I would get some of that money. Why would you leave it in there, Jason? You know, if you say I'm up 1,000%, well, cash in half of it and be up, 500% or whatever. Ed from Queens said VIG should be 2% a month. Well, before we bought this, lot that we ended up buying, we were looking at a house, a brand new house that was built, and a lot. The lot was too small. It was 80 square meter lot. The house was built on it. And the guy, we told him we didn't have the whole amount. So he said, okay, we will. He was Chinese. He said, I'll finance it for you, 2% a month. I'm like, yeah, really? I don't think so. And he was dead serious, because that's what they do. Yeah. But yeah, that loan and money is a lot. Yeah, Scott Anderson, he said, well said, Sunshine and Wise. Cash half in, and the rest is gravy. But see, a lot of my friends, they didn't put a whole lot in. So I'm not talking about Jason Flynn. I'm saying some of my friends, like one of the barbers at the barber, I think he put 500 in. So if he was up, 1,000%, what would that be? 100% would be he'd have 1,000 in there now. So 10,000, he'd have what, $10,000 in there? Hell, on a $500 investment, I'd get out of there then. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Simply, Acker said, Calvin, it's not a good idea to use ATM and credit card in the Philippines. Too many hidden fees. Yeah, cash is your best option. Cash is king over here. I don't see Lynn San Diego 102. She's got about 5 minutes to check in here before I get off of here. Yeah, Ed from Queens, he said 2% a month is 24% a year. Not horrible. Yeah, but when you're talking cash, and you better have it. Now you saying 24%. Yeah, On $1 million pesos, yeah, that's a lot of money for 2 years. And then what happens is, if you don't pay that one time, you know, he's probably gonna try to take the property back. So I won't engage in any loans over here because it's cheaper to kill you than, you know, to get the money. A lot cheaper, you know, and that's just, you know, the way of doing business over here. Hey, Mr. Safety Forever, he said, good morning. He said, enjoy your channel. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Jason Flint said, Calvin, I take my initial investment out after I triple it. Then when runs again at a determined time and amount, I take profit. Then the rest runs so I feel it's over. That's a smart way to look at it. Okay, Ada as Molly says, what's up, Calvin? Just tuned in. You doing all right, brother? Yeah. Thanks for asking, man. Will Shaw says, I need to open up shop there and name it Trojans for Dummies. Now, that would be that could be something that would make it over here. Ed Denoy says, checking the cash. Oh, man. Well, you know, I was watching something on YouTube about this guy became so rich into these check cashing, not check cashing, what is it? These payday loans. I didn't realize, man. See, we don't get that information till it's over. Man, this man made so much money, but now he's doing some crazy time in prison. They came after him. They came after him hard. William says, is a condo a good investment there? Absolutely, it is. One of the best you can make. Sam Champion says, Calvin, back in the day on U.S. Navy ships, under the table lending was done by other sellers. Absolutely. We called it the slush fund. No problem unless you got caught. Then game's over. I even did it for a while. Oh, yeah, that's the truth. And it was like that, you know, quarter on a dollar, something like that. I can't remember. But I had a lot of those. We went to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And here I spent all my money the very first night. And we still had 5 more nights to go. So, of course, I had to borrow money. Hey, Gregory Irving said, good morning from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Peace. I got about 2.5 minutes left, guys. I want to thank everybody for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up. Let's see if we can get 200 thumbs up before I get off here, guys. Like I said, my Patreon members, everybody that goes on that Teesprings and buys anything. I got 8 orders, man. I'm shocked. I'm really flattered by that. Gary, son of Larry, said, boots on the ground, never met a Filipino online. Well, I tell you what, man, you are way ahead of the game, Gary. Stay ahead, okay? He says, Jason Flint said, one move I made in crypto, I put in 500 and I was up about 10,000 to the correction. I wouldn't advise anyone to use money they can't afford to lose. Absolutely. And that's the truth. And most people, poor people, we just don't have the patience, man. We can't to win in the stock market or invest in anything, you got to be in it for the long term, man. And we just ain't do it. The minute we live from paycheck to paycheck. The minute we need some of that money, we're going to get it. I try to get it out. We'll pay these high penalties. We don't care. We want our money. But yeah, man, let's see if we can get to 200. I appreciate it. Let's see. Hey, thanks, Ed from Queens. I appreciate it. Super chat. He said, best job is a government job. Retirement pension in 20 years. Absolutely, man. And back in the day, those used to be the best jobs to get. Now, if I stayed in America, I have to work to 67 to get the full Social Security without being penalized. But I'm saying, look, if I'm able to live to 62, give me mine. Because I live day by day. I don't plan on working. I don't plan on getting back on that hamster wheel again anyway. It would probably kill me, to be honest with you. I know it would. And if you're in America's getting late, thanks, Cal Debman. What's going on, man? He said, hello. Stay out of YouTube jail. You're funny, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being a part of the NTZ. Cal Debman actually created the NTZ. And it was a great name for that. When America's getting late, before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break, and you see somebody on the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. If you're in the Philippines, let's see, it's 10:59 a.m. We have the whole rest of the day to find somebody to help. One of my subscribers said, Calvin, you be putting pressure on people over there to help. No, I'm not pressuring anybody, but if you can afford to, I'll put it like that. And you got some extra money, please intentionally go out today and find somebody to help. Because there's millions and millions of people over here who need our help. Let me ask you this, guys, watching here now, ladies and gentlemen. When is the last time that you went hungry? And I mean hungry. I ain't talking about the type of hungry where, oh, I'm hungry and you can get up and go open up the refrigerator and get something. I mean hungry where there is no, you know, there's no recourse. You don't have anything. See, imagine people go to bed like that every night over here, man. That's why I started my electronic community pantry. This is on top of the spin wheel every Friday night, man. Why? Because I got a lot of money now, because the horrors of the pandemic stare me right in the face every day. You know, I see little kids. Yesterday, I'm going to say this, I'm going to get off here. I was at the hamburger place because every day that I'm over that way downtown, these two traffic enforcers, I buy them 2 hamburgers and a Mountain Dew. That's about $1 each. But these 2 little street girls walk up. Man, I promise you, they couldn't have been no more than 7 or 8. They're dirty. They putting their money together to buy 2 foot-long hot dogs for 45 pesos. I bought it for them, man, and bought them something to drink. And I was like to myself, where's their mother? Where's their family, man? You know, this is the type of stuff you see over here. Thank you, Jeff Lynch, for that super sticker. Because if I don't know anything, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID-free. I'll see you next time. Look tomorrow, me and John's live show. John's going to give you his experience with the tuxedo peel, just so you know he can bear witness to what I was telling you before. So thank you, guys. Appreciate everybody.